Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. As you can see, everything is up today. Actually, in terms of percentages of the top 20, Polygon is actually up the most, Matic is up the most, bouncing all the way up to $1.42. And then followed by ADA, and then third would be XRP. ADA has risen to $1.87 from I believe less than $1.40 yesterday. XRP has risen from something like 70 something cents to 90 something cents. So it's been a very good day for crypto. A lot of other stuff is risen in the double digits. XLM, Tron, um, as well as several others. VeChain's around 9 or 10. Luna's 13. So it's been overall a very, very good day for alts. And it's definitely propelled by Bitcoin finally breaking the $45,000 marker. Remember, I told you guys on the stream that once Bitcoin gets past a certain price, alts will definitely start to grow more exponentially. And I think we're at the start of that. But regardless, Bitcoin's probably going to grow even more because we're seeing end of 2020 kind of market scenario. So I do think we're starting at a much higher base than the end of 2020. So that's why I think we're going to reach 100K. Now, the thing is, derivatives trading on exchanges has actually hit a multi-month low. And this is kind of like what happened at the end of 2020. Now, that could actually be due to two things. One is because people are getting ready to buy on the spot market. But the other thing is I do realize that BitMEX, Binance, they have actually shut down derivatives in a lot of countries. So the derivatives being low could be a sign of that. The other thing is that even during the last phases of the dip, when Bitcoin down to 30,000, the thing is the whales were actually accumulating and the balance on exchanges was actually dropping around that time. So the balance on exchanges has been dropping for a couple months now. Obviously, the hash rate in China had a lot to do with it, and the hash rate is recovering. But the balance across Bitcoin across exchanges, even on the spot markets, had actually been dropping. And this very much mirrors towards the later half of 2020 last year, where we had a huge buy up shortly following. Remember, the big surge was probably from the end of 2020 to the beginning of 2021. And I think that a big surge is actually coming from the end of 2021 to the beginning of 2022. And 100,000 is the marker I'm setting, although it actually might be higher. Remember, from the bottom of 2020, and I'm not really going to count the flash crash because we didn't have a Black Swan event this time, and we did have a Black Swan event last year. The bottom before the flash crash was around $6,000, and it went from 6,000 all the way to 60,000. Now, from the bottom of this crash, we actually went to, well, it's not really a crash. I guess it's just a retrace. We were at 30,000. So a 10x, just like last time, would go from 30,000 to 300,000. Now, I don't think we're going to reach 300,000, but 150, 200K is definitely, I think, a possibility. Although I'm still aiming for somewhere in that 100 to 150K area. But the circumstances and the economic environment around Bitcoin is definitely pointing to another leg up and a major, major leg up. Right now, we are pretty much halfway from 30,000 to 60,000 at 46,000 right now. And I think the other half is probably going to come in the next month or so, next 2-3 months. Maybe by the end of September, beginning of October, we'll probably be at around 60, 65,000. I don't really know what the alts will be around then. I think VeChain will probably be around 30 cents at that point. XRP will probably be whatever XRP was at last time Bitcoin was at the all-time high. And ADA will be probably significantly above its all-time high at maybe around $3 or $4. So that's kind of what I see the scenario at the end of September, beginning of October, maybe into mid-October. And then for the last 2 months of the year, I do see that increasing exponentially. And that's where ADA gets to $10. XRP might actually go to around 5 or so. I don't think that lawsuit's going to actually resolve this year, so that's probably going to keep it down a little bit. VET should head towards 50 cents if 50 cents and past 50 cents and heads towards a dollar. So that's kind of where I'm actually seeing that from October to December. And I think the market conditions around Bitcoin right now kind of just reinforce that. Derivatives buying is down, spot buying is kind of up, but the exchange numbers, the amount held on exchanges is down. OTC is probably drying up more and more at this point as more institutions come into cryptocurrency. because there has been a buy up from institutions, whether it's from Grayscale or MicroStrategy or from new institutions. And today, another bank, I think PNC, just announced it's starting crypto investments for clients. So these big banks are coming on. I think like people, I don't know if people just weren't paying attention, but Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and now PNC have actually started crypto investing for clients fueled by demand. So the demand is definitely there. I do think like the OTC market is quickly drying up, and that will eventually push prices higher. Well, it's kind of pushing prices higher right now, but I think it will actually spiral as we go on towards the end of the year. So what I would do right now is like, I guess you could make money margin trading or leverage. I honestly wouldn't do that. I would just hold on because you don't really know what's going to happen. TA's been incredibly unreliable. The probabilities they assign just haven't really worked all that well lately. So I would just hold on to what you have, or maybe try to DCA in or something. And I think we're going up to 100K. I honestly wouldn't probably buy anything after like Bitcoin hits 50K. I would just hold after that and just see where your holdings actually take you. I do think NFT games are going to soar. I definitely think NFT games are going to soar. So you might want to take like $100 or $200 shots at small NFT gaming cryptos. I mentioned two of them yesterday. That was on Tron Network, but there are others on other networks. And see if they can, get like $200 in. You take like $20,000 out. That's essentially what you're going for those. You're not really relying on $200 turning into $2 million, but getting that 50x, 100x from a small investment into like a moderate amount that you could use to buy a car, or maybe like used to like fund another investment. That probably should be the goal right now. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities like those as Bitcoin goes up, because there's a lot of things that are going to explode, but those explosions will probably be combined with catastrophic crashes later. So you don't want to buy at the top of those as well. So that's kind of like my perspectives on the market, why Bitcoin is getting ready for another surge up, and why altcoins are going to drastically outperform Bitcoin and hopefully make us a lot of money. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.